As a personal injury attorney, you know you provide a valuable service to your clients. In fact, if it weren't for your expertise, many of your clients' injury settlements would fall far short of what they should be. Isn't that correct? Your clients may appreciate you, but what about the public's perception? Let's face it, we've all heard the lawyer jokes. The reality is, you're needed even more now due to the current situation on our roadways. Of course, I'm referring to the recent NHTSA fatality report and the alarming rise in distracted driving, specifically TWD, texting while driving. Hi, my name is Bob Ragazzo, certified defensive driving instructor and founder of the nonprofit organization, the Parents Coalition to Stop Teen Driving Deaths Now. The mission of my nonprofit is to wipe out distracted driving where it starts by completely changing the way high school students are trained to drive. We believe that the solution is stupidly simple. Start training young drivers to actually drive. Currently, they're only being taught how to operate a motor vehicle, and there is a huge difference between the two. Is it any wonder that according to surveys, an astounding 47% of drivers have admitted to sending and reading messages while driving? The sad reality is, it's universally believed that this number is much higher. You see them every day. All the drivers out there slowing down randomly, swerving in and out of their lanes, and actually looking down while they drive. These are the texters. Please watch out for them and stay away. The problem is, most of us were never taught what you're actually supposed to be doing behind the wheel, so people treat it like it's downtime. For many of us, it becomes permanent downtime. Did you know that we lose 95 to 110 people to motor vehicle crashes each and every day in America, with another 6,500 suffering injuries? 7 to 8 of these fatalities are 15 to 20-year-olds, meaning that the car crash remains, as it has been for many years, the number one killer of young people in the U.S., more than guns, alcohol, and drugs. It grieves me every single day to see how many lives are needlessly lost or irreparably damaged by preventable crashes. Now, these are pre-COVID numbers, but shockingly, even though miles driven and total crashes decreased during the pandemic, the total fatality number has actually gotten worse. As miles driven continue to increase toward normal levels, the fear among the safe driving community is that we're going to set new records for traffic fatalities. The NHTSA report that I mentioned points to a dramatic increase in speeding, impaired driving, failure to wear seatbelts, and distracted driving as the main culprits. All of these are obviously negligent and reckless activities. According to the National Safety Council, only 5% of car crashes are quote-unquote accidents. That means that in roughly 4.5 million of the 5 million crashes that occur each year in America, someone is at fault. With nearly 1 out of 2 crashes causing injury, that amounts to over 2 million motor vehicle-related injuries each year. Fortunately, personal injury attorneys like yourselves are there to stand up for the rights of all these victims. That's where your firm comes in. You can make a profound difference and help us to wipe out distracted driving while also providing an urgently needed community service, generating valuable media coverage, and most importantly, preventing injuries and saving lives. How can you achieve all these wonderful things, you might ask? Simply by utilizing our proprietary Sack the Phone program to promote your law firm. Sack the Phone is a one-of-a-kind anti-texting program. It's completely different from every other don't text and drive messaging campaign. You cannot stop people from driving distracted just by lecturing or begging or punishment. The frightening rise in distracted driving clearly proves that the current methods simply are not working. People need to understand why it makes sense to put the phone away when they drive. Teach them this, and most people will have the common sense to comply voluntarily. Even the highly successful Click It or Ticket program would never have achieved the numbers it has unless people agreed that it makes sense to buckle up. Sack the Phone never lectures about the dangers of distracted driving. Instead, we train and entertain. Our toon characters, our colorful branded phone sacks, and our memorable tagline capture people's imaginations. But the key difference is we actually teach people the why, as in why you cannot text and drive if you want to avoid injury or death. The why comes in the form of the 5 essential actions for safe driving. These 5 essential actions are what every driver must be doing consistently while driving, instead of texting, emailing, or even talking on the phone hands-free, like so many are doing now. If you're performing the 5 essential actions consistently, you're too busy to engage in these distracted behaviors. This unique approach generates voluntary compliance by keeping safe driving and your law firm, if you decide to join us, top of mind. If you're wondering why you never learned the 5 essential actions when you learn to drive, it's because this is an advanced driver training technique and it's not taught in a typical driver's ed class. Before you go, have some fun and take our 5-minute distraction quiz. Find out if you are a distracted driver and how high your distraction level actually is. The results are strictly confidential and will most likely surprise you. I live and breathe driving safety, and even I was surprised by my results. Most importantly, what I learned and what you will learn about your driving habits from this quiz could save us from the trauma of a crash and possibly an injury or worse. Just click the button on the page below to access the quiz, or if you're not on our site, go to sacthephone.org/law firm quiz, all one word. Once again, this is Bob Ragazzo, Certified Defensive Driving Instructor. Thanks for watching and stay safe out there. Don't forget to take the quiz.